And now we're going to turn it into a drawstring bag. So you're going to need a large eye sewing needle. So after you have your large eye sewing needle, then you're going to get a decent amount length of yarn, not too much. And then thread your needle. So you're going to line it up, and you're going to pick up both stitches right underneath the cast on edge. Tuck your tail inside. Then you're going to go on the other side and find the stitches right behind it. And you're going to pick up those two stitches on the cast on edge. And then you just keep going back and forth, picking up two on the back and two on the front. Make sure you pull semi-tight when sewing up the ends. Then when you get to the corner, then you're just gonna pick up your last stitch, put your needle in through the edge to the inside of the bag, and then you're gonna turn it inside out and pull it through. Then you're going to wrap it around a couple stitches inside and then put it back through, make a loop. Do that twice. Then actually tie a knot. Try and make it as close to the edge as possible. And then just snip. And then, because we have our cast on string and our thread, which if from the beginning you knew you were going to sew it up, you either could knit it closed or actually leave a tail long enough to sew it in. But since we sewed it up afterwards, we didn't have a long enough tail, we have our two here. So just tie them in a knot. Do a double knot, and then just trim those. Then turn it right side out again. Then you're going to thread your finishing yarn for the top of the bag. And then we want to make it a seamless circle, so we're going to take it, we're going to go to the other side and pick up the first set of bars. Then you're going to go through on this side through the first set too. Then you're going to go back down through the top and into the bag. And now you have a seamless chain on the top. And then in here, then you're just gonna weave it down further in the bag just by picking up bars and stuff. Then when you get far enough down, then you're just gonna backtrack, make a loop, pull it through, tie a knot. And you don't have to do knots. I think it's more secure, but you can just weave them in and leave it. Trim it. And there's your bag. So now we're going to make the drawstring part of this. So you can just take a ribbon, if you have one, and you can thread it onto your needle. And then you could pick once you bunch it up, you're going to get like a little lip on the top of the bag. So decide where you want to go, and I think I'm going to do this second green row since I use multicolored yarn. And you're just going to go under and over every other stitch. And then you just pull it through, and then that would be your baggie. And then, you know, you tighten it. Or you can make your own out of the yarn. This one I would recommend using a crochet hook, and you can try and match them up by whether you go by the millimeter size on your crochet hook and your needle, or you kind of roll them together until they feel the same. Then you're just gonna create a chain by starting with a slip knot. And then if you're planning on weaving it in, then make sure you leave a long enough tail at the end of this. Then you're just going to put your slip knot on your needle, on your hook, and then you hold the bottom to make it tight, and you take your needle and you put the hook in the back, then you turn it forward and through, and then you just do that. Make sure you pull it back enough to make it bigger. You keep doing that until you get the length of the chain that you want for your drawstring. And you could just knit by casting on like 30 stitches and then binding off. So do this tight but loose at the same time. Just keep making your chains till you get the length that you want. Then you're going to cut a tail, thread it through your last loop, and pull it. And then just kind of like tug a little on your string. If you're going to leave these ties, which I think I will for like a tassel, see if they're the same length, or trim them to a desired length by matching up the knots and then trimming. Then you just do the same thing by threading it on your needle. And weaving it in. Try to stay pretty straight so it gathers right. So if you're not doing multicolored yarn and then just follow the colored stitches, you can always put little markers or kind of do like, or kind of pre-string a solid color and then just follow along that. Then you just pull tight to make them even out. Then just open up your bag. So that's your bag open. Then you just tug it closed. And there's your little drawstring bag. So you can knot these together at the end, just so you don't actually pull them out of your work. Then you can use it as like a little wristlet and have it hang, put your coins and stuff in there. Then you just tug to open it and you have a baggie. So I hope this was helpful and you learned a few tips from this. Please comment. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you next time.